Welcome, all you +2 comedy modifiers, back to the stream. Welcome back to Taiji. So, last time we were playing, it was requested of me that I leave the land of the super hard puzzles and attempt these puzzles instead. So, we're going to do that because I immediately buckle to anything the chat says, apparently. So if you missed it, we've gone inside this temple. It's brought us to this weird space where everything's running backwards for some reason. And we have to do these puzzles, which I haven't really given a lot of thought to. But it's basically the opposite. We have to place the things that... So it's already a completed puzzle. We are placing the things that exist. Is that the best way to do that? we are placing the modifiers. I don't see enough shapes here. Like, we got this shape. This is just a bunch of junk. I don't see another L piece. And I don't see another 3-piece. Just gonna put these back up here. Now, on top of that, where we place them will stay for the next puzzle, and it has to still remain correct. So it's real hard. We can't unclick anything or click anything, so these guys are the same shape. So let's start with that. Boom, and they can rotate. Awesome. These guys are the same shape. Boom. And these guys are the same shape. We're going to try, just going to try right here for now. And then what I can do is with the M key, I can highlight like so I can remember that this exists. Okay. Boom. All right. So I'm looking at the blue pieces right now, and I want the blues to remain. I need this guy to remain in this shape, but then become solvable here. What I think I need to do is I have to include it in the 3s here. So not included. How can I do this? This is the nose of it. This is where they're currently sharing. Oh, wait, let me just, real quick. Yeah, make sure it works. Maybe I did something wrong. Maybe I can move this guy here. But no, that would move this guy here, and that's no good. I thought maybe that would work. I'm not looking at that. But that doesn't work for those. Interesting. Alright. Oh, there's this L block here. But... Oh, there's the 2 block here, but that's not helpful either. Ooh. Oh no, this goes here. That still makes this work, right? This would have to go down here. Because this makes it work. But now it's, yeah. It's not within the thing that I need it to be. So it could be part of an L block. And I don't have an L block here that I can join. it could be part of the 3 block, but it doesn't make sense here. No, it doesn't. And then there's an L block here, but again, there's no L block for me. Ooh, God, I don't understand this puzzle. Let me get rid of the M. Maybe I'll just look at it with fresh eyes. Alright, so this box of 1 is clearly nothing. So we can do this. L blocks. And then, see, there's not another box of 2, but there's more L blocks. I think I could do like this and this, and they're technically different shapes. They don't like uncounteract each other. And then I guess with the whites, I can do the 3 blocks like that. But I don't. Is this correct? Oh no, they're actually rotated incorrectly. So it would actually have to be like here. Yeah. So that's technically correct. All right. So I know that the yellow blocks are the front of their L's, here and here. If they want to stay in their L block, I'm in this, or I want to get out of my L block, but there's only the 2 4 blocks. And this L block, yeah, I only have these 4 spots to move this to. And there's no getting it. Oh man, this is so difficult. All right, I'm gonna run away. I'm gonna see if there's like an easier one of these types of puzzles to like look at, something I'm a little bit more familiar with. This is gonna be, ooh. You know what, actually, you know what? As difficult as of a time that I have with the flowers, I think the flowers, they like explain themselves a little bit better. Like immediately the first thing I see is I think I gotta do this. Right? Because everything around it must be different. Different. That seems like, now maybe this corner, because same. So I think this makes the most sense. So now I need, with this one, I need one that's the same all around. Oh, you know, technically this also would work. If I get rid of this here, this is also technically correct. Because the yellows represent how many of the same adjacent spots to the color it's on. Is there enough? Because let's look at this space. That could be a spot for the 4. That could be a spot for the 4. That could be a spot for the 4. So let's do that. Okay. So now 3. 3 seems to be a bit like maybe right here. Full with 1 open. Open with 1 full. Full with 1 open. Alright, so I think this goes here. So now it's just this guy. This guy, only 1 can match it. So we're looking for like empty boxes like surrounded by stuff often. So like maybe here? These 2 spots are both contenders? If it's here, it's wrong. If it's here, it's wrong. Alright, so that That space, these two spaces are immediately countered out. So like these two spots both work. Empty with one empty next to it. That's full with two full. This is full with two full. So that's not the spot. All right. This is a contender. Empty with one empty. Full with one full. No. That's full with one full. That's full with two full, so that's no good. All right, we're just gonna make our way down the line with this last symbol here. Empty with two empty, that's no good. Empty with two empty, that's no good. That's full. Full with two fulls, that's no good. Full with two fulls, that's no good. Full with two fulls, that's no good. Empty with one empty. We already did these two spots though. Full with two fulls. Full with two fulls. Empty with one empty. Full with two fulls. Full with one full. Whoa, easy. Easy game. Full with two fulls, no good. This is full. Or this has a symbol already. Full with two fulls. We already did this one. Full with two fulls. This one's being used. Full with one full. Empty with one empty. Full with two fulls. So close. Empty with two empties. No good there. Empty with two empties. No good there. Empty with two empties. No good there. Oh, I gotta turn my fan on. My computer's getting too hot. That's what's happening. And I need to sip more beverage. Smoothie in hand, by the way. So I feel like I've gone through every space. Just out of curiosity, I'm just going to throw this here. All right. Okay. So these spaces are all good. It's just about finding this guy a space. We'll start with this one. Full with two fulls. Empty with two empties. Empty with three empties. Empty with two empties. Empties with two empties. Taken. Empty with two empties. Full with two fulls. Full with two fulls. Full with one full. Empty with one empty. Full with two fulls. That's the killer. Empty with one empty. Full with one full. Empty with one. Apparently I just. It was like the first one I tried. That was a new one. That was a new thing to see. Run off into space. Oddly unnecessary staircases. Wonder why it's actually more green. You know? The greener is actually better. So now, yeah, I'm making my way into that step. It's Dottie time. Oh my god. This is gonna be miserable. So my gut instinct is like, that's easy, right? So because we got 9 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 here. Okay. To me, all this says is this is not a helpful puzzle. This is not a helpful place to start. Because it could basically be anything. Okay, so now we got this. This is huge information. Because, let me just go ahead and do this. This is telling me the 1 and the 2 go here, or the 3 goes in these spaces. So we are narrowing down our possibilities. Oh, no. There's no way to add 2. Okay, so I know that the 3 piece has to go in here, and the 2 piece has to go into here. There's no way to add up to 2. And by removing 2 from this equation, the 3 has to go in here. That's great information that we have right there. So the 3 could be in this, or it could be in this, but we know the 2's one of these 2 spaces still. So is there any information about the 2 we can gain here? Okay, so what we've gained is the 2 has to actually activate this. So we know that the 2 has to be here. We know the 3 cannot be here. It has to be either here or here. Okay. So these are the 2 spaces the 3 can go. Those are facts we know. Those are facts we're aware of. It's explicitly true. Now, whether it's here or here, that has like great impact on other things. So let's talk about this 2, because the 2 is only affecting a larger thing here. We know it's 9 squares, so we know it can involve the 3, so it could be, because we know this is 9, it could be the 7 block. 7, 8, 9. And that's all, and that's for sure, I believe? Because that's the only way it'll add up to 9. Okay, so we know that the 7 block, let me un-M this, is in one of these squares. It has to be. It has to be in one of these squares. It's the only way it works. Because that's the only way we can make it equal 9 exactly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so we know it's not here. It has to be in this block, and that's the only one in this block. That's good to know. So that completes this. Excellent. We're making some good progress. Now the 3 we know is correct. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so it can't be in any of these squares. So we objectively know. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so we know it's one of these 3 squares. Because it could be in this with the 1 dot to make an 8. Or it could be in this large mess and just be adding into that. So those are things we objectively know about the 7 block now. We also know, objectively, we're going to not talk about the 7 anymore, so I'm just going to get rid of this. We got to talk about this 4 block. The only way we're adding to 4 is with this guy. So we know that the 4 has to go in one of these spots. What happens if we're here? Okay, that tells us nothing. But actually it does tell us, because, well, not necessarily. Because 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then the 1 dot could be in here. Okay. So that didn't really solve this issue. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then the 1 dot is in this. Yeah. Okay, so Well, if we know the 4, like, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's no other way to make an 8 right. So we actually do know this has to be here. And then the 1 dot is somewhere in here. It's the only way it works. It's the only way to make this work. Okay. And then the 4's just involved. It could still be in here. And let's 4, 5, 6, 7. There's no way, so it can't. We know it's not here. So we know that the 4 block is in one of these 3 squares. And it means basically the same thing, no matter which one it's in. So that's just information now. So we know that the 5 block has to be somewhere in these squares, right? Because that's the only way it equals 9. Yeah. So the 5 block, we know is somewhere in here. Let's go ahead and throw the 5 block in. Oh. So we can immediately get rid of these. Interesting. So we know the 5 block must go here, and the 1 block is somewhere in these squares. Yeah. So, well, I think what we've just confirmed is the 5 block has to go here, and we know that this needs a 1 block. And if we know it's in there, we know that the 1 block is in one of these 2 squares. So I'm pretty sure we know where the 5 goes, and the 1 is in between these 2 spots. Honestly, it doesn't matter. Both of those are great spots. All right. Something's not objectively right, because I don't know how we're doing this then. No, good. This is wrong. That's what it is. This is wrong. Take the 1 off the board. Take the 5 off the board. Let's just review everything that we've done so far. The 2. This is 9, 7, 8, 9. Right. 2 has to go there. 2 has to go there. Right. 2 is objectively correct. The 3. Something's up with the 3. I didn't really finish this 3 thought, I guess. Because it. Because the 3 has to be part of this block. Boom, boom. Right? We know that. It has to be in this block, but because of this, it has to be in one of these 2 blocks. And then in the center. Yeah, it has to be in one of these 2 blocks, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. So the 5 has to be in one of these blocks. I think that might be where I got confused. 6, 7, yeah. So the 5. I don't know why I'm so confident in that 7. I forget what my thought process is here. Let me take the 7 off the board. And let's work the 5. Because the 3 requires the 5 for this to be correct. So let's just do this. 5's going to be in one of those squares. We move this over. So we know that the 5 is not in any of these squares. Could be here, could be here. Just math happening. All right. If the 5 is teamed up with the 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah, that can't happen. But if the 5 is teamed up with the 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, the 1 just has to go somewhere in here. So I think the 5 has to go here. I think the 1 is going to be the hardest thing to kind of place. That's why I'm kind of waiting on it. Okay, let's try placing the 6 now. Okay, so 6 could belong in here. No, it can't. 6 can't go in any of these spots. Because the 3 would have to be in this spot. So it can't go here. 6 has to go in this spot. 5, 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. No. No, it doesn't work. Because this 6, 7, 8, yeah, this has to be with a 1. I think that's the deal, is that I can't... I'm taking these off the board. I'm starting over. Because we know this, because of the 2. I mean, the only other thought is that the 2 doesn't go here. I think I have to start over. The 2 could just not, like, this could just not be a shape. Because, hold on, let me just take a quick thought. This is... The board is a total of 27 squares. Right? Yeah, so everything has to be used in a shape, right? Because 8 plus 1 is 9. The way... This is an 8. No. Yeah, 8. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. There's 10. Plus 5 plus 6, that's 21. Plus 7 is 28. I'm going to start over and start with the 8. Okay? That's my new thought here, because I think I'm missing something with my math here. Why can't I do the math? Because 8 is our biggest dot, right? Let me just put this back in freaking order. So I can, like, think a little bit clearer. Is this acceptable? Is that acceptable? Can I do this? No. Okay. Okay. Just bear with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. By 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 36. There are 36 squares total. Sit. Because this is 9, this is 9, this is 9, and this is 9. 36. This is 9. This is 9. This is 9. That's 10. Oh, the 3's in the wrong place. This is 9. And this is 9. So everything must exist. There are no empty blocks. There are no blocks that are not accounting towards a number of something. Okay? So the thing I'm saying about the 2 is objectively correct. The 2 has to go in one of these 2 squares, and it also has to go in one of these 2 squares, the only place that overlaps. So the 2 goes here. We know that to be true. This is a 3, so the 3 has to go in one of those squares. What we learn beyond that is debatable. The 4 has to go in one of these squares because the 4 cannot be combined, or the 3 and the 1 can't be here, is what I'm saying. Because the 3 has to get used up here. And we know the 3 can't go here because that would link up here. So the 3 goes in one of these 2 spots. Boom, boom. So I don't have a good reason why it can't go here. Yeah. It all boils down to this. But the 3 goes in one of those 2 spots. Okay. Okay, what we can also say is since the 4 has to be in one of these spots, right? Compared to this, that means it's going here or here. Which means it can't be in the same one as the 3, because the math won't work out. Which means to me, if a 3 is in here, and a 4 is in here, or vice versa, the 8 cannot exist in any of them. So we know that the 8 and the 1 both must exist in this grid. So, boom. We are down to just these spots for the 8. Because the 8 has to exist in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Additionally, the 1 must exist up here somewhere. We must separate 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. We have to separate the 1 from the 8. So the 8 exists down here, and the 1 must exist up here. Okay, great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we know for a fact that the 8 must exist in one of those 2 squares. Okay, that is great information because this works now. The 8 is correct here, and the 8 is correct here. Honestly, I don't see how it sliding down 1 really even affects things. So let's talk about this 1. Right? Get rid of this. We know it's got to be one of these squares, right? So all of these squares are the same, except for this. 1, 2, oh. 1, yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it can't exist in this square. All right. So we know that the 1 exists in this shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So eventually we're going to make a 12 with this. We do that with a 5 and a 6. But we do know... Alright, so let's ignore the 1. That part of this is a 4. Because the 4 has to be here for this part. Alright, so now we have 5. So we could throw the 7 in here. But if we're throwing... So the only available spots, though, are here. No, not even there. Because we can't mess up this... We can't mess up this shape. And we can't mess up this shape. So I have 5. I could add a 7. I could add the 7. The 3 is not in play. So yeah, I have to add... The 7 goes in one of these spots. Not this one. Alright, so the 7 goes in one of these 2 spots. Is what we've learned. 7, 8, yeah. So the 7 has to go like here. Alright. We've made a lot of good progress right here. The 5 has to go in one of these spots. Right? To be joined up with that 4. But we know because of that 4, it's not one of these spots, so I'm just going to get rid of that. But we know it can't join up with this guy. We can go ahead and get rid of these. We know it can't go here. It also can't go into this 3, so boom, boom. The problem is, if I put the 5 in here, there's no 1 coming to save it. We're going to ignore this right now and look at other stuff. Because we have this whole line here. So we know the 6 and the 3 must be in this line, right? Looking at the 3, looking at the 3. But since the 3 must be... Okay, so we know the 3 has to go here. So the 6 has to be in this line. I need this lit. The 6 must be in this line to make this work. It just must be. What happens here? Well, it can't join up with this, so it's not here. Can't go into any of this. Ah. So the 6 has to be in one of these. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Currently, everything's good. But the 5 has to go in 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So we know that the 5 must go in one of these spaces. What are the issues here? But it must also join with this, so I think it's got to be here. Huh? Huh? Come on! Unless... Maybe. Everybody happy? Everybody happy? No. It's because of the 6. Sure, 6 can't just move over here and be happy? Yeah, it can be here and be happy. Can't be here and be happy, but it can move down 1. Happy? Happy? Happy! Happy! Oh, that's a big brain moment. I got that big brain. Took some time, but I got a big old brain. Big brain and a crooked mouth. Sad. There we go. There we go. I fixed my mouth because I have a big brain. There's a big brain moment right there. Big old brain.